Yeah, so here we are. Winota has just been banned literally today, and we are playing the Degen Pioneer event that has been planned for a little while. And we're bringing Blue Eye Control. This is a Blue Eye Control list that I have not teched against, that I've not unteched against Winota. It was previously teched against Winota. We have 4 copies of March of Otherworldly Light, 4 copies of Portable Hole, and Jwari Disruptions as well to interact with an early Winota on turn 4. Those are not super useful against all the other decks in the meta, but we're hoping it's going to be good enough today. And this is pretty bog standard, the same blue-white control list that I played in Explorer a little while ago, except now, instead of Shatter the Sky and other crappy 4-mana board wipes, we have access to Supreme Verdict, 4-mana blue-white board wipe, can't be countered, destroys everything. So where we ran into trouble against Veggie Wagon's Blue-White Spirits list in previous Degen events in Explorer, now we have an uncounterable answer to that. So we can be pretty confident at most times that our board wipes are going to resolve. 3 copies of Dovin's Veto in the main, has targets among most of the decks that we might run into today. Pioneer is still a very mid-range heavy format, especially more so now that Winota is gone. So I anticipate Dovin's Veto still being good. Absorb, I think, is very good in general. Wandering Emperor is very good in general. Shark Typhoon, pretty good in the blue-white control mirrors that I expect to tick up a little bit now that Winota's banned. I think people will try to go hardcore more on control and mid-range, and I think Shark Typhoon is quite good in those matchups as well. 2 copies of Farewell are not super interesting to me. I think if I had more time, I would replace them with something else, but I don't. In the sideboard, we have 3 copies of Rest in Peace to deal with the graveyard formats, or the graveyard decks of the format, Arclight Phoenix, Greasefang, that kind of thing. 2 copies of Pithing Needle, good against enemy Planeswalkers, good against enemy Parhelions, that kind of stuff. We're running Yorion as a companion, 4 copies of Mystical Dispute, and 2 copies of Narset's Reversal, which is an interesting bit of tech against uncounterable spells. You can return a Dovin's Veto to hand in a complicated counterspell war. And it's also pretty good at just copying card draw spells as well, and is a decent tempo play. So your opponent on your end step casts Memory Deluge. You can, well, actually not Memory Deluge. You don't want to Narset's Reversal Memory Deluge, but they cast like some other card draw spell. You copy that, and you feel pretty good about life. So yeah, that is the plan. And we're going to jump into round 1 and see how the deck does. So we are on the draw against Metal Mario. I have no idea what list he's running. Yeah, this is an awkward hand. I believe it's a keep, especially on the draw. It is awkward that we won't have Veto available on turn 2 if we want to play both Halls untapped, but I'm confident that this is supposed to be a keep. So before I get too deep into the video, I want to know, YouTube folks, what is your level of interest in me making more Pioneer content? Because I know that any of you who have been around for a while have been watching Arena with me, because that's all I've ever made. And I think there's a decent chance that some of you would just not watch Pioneer videos, but I also know from people that I've interacted with that they really want to see more Pioneer content. So sound off in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts about what we should be doing here, what we should do on the channel with respect to formats that don't appear on Arena. Okay, so this looks like it's going to be Greasefang. Also, I need to learn the Moto interface pretty well. I will probably be playing pretty slowly. All right, my turn. We found a Shark Typhoon. I think we're probably supposed to just bite the bullet and play one of these tapped so that we have access to Veto on a future turn. So let's just play this Hollowed Fountain tapped and say go. Thoughtseize. Yeah, so Thoughtseize, interesting. What do you think that takes? We're up against black-white something. I am guessing that it's, whoa, he Thoughtseized himself? No, he Thoughtseized me. I still don't know what this interface means. Thoughtseize takes Supreme Verdict. Okay. We draw another. Nice. Classic Thoughtseize bug. And I guess now I don't want to F6 through the turn because I want to be able to veto something on my end step, although I cannot imagine what that would be for 1 mana. Overlay was not working because I changed things up for Moto. Urborg Tomb of Yawgmoth. Each land is a swamp in addition to its other land types, and we play Rotting Regisaur. Okay. That resolves. And the question is, am I going to cycle my shark here? And I think the answer is yes, because I want to be able to draw untapped land to be able to play the Wanderer on time. So let's do that. Yeah, blue, blue, none. We drew untapped land. Painful land, though. That is unpainful land. Okay. So I think we're just supposed to play the Hall tapped in anticipation of casting the Wandering Emperor on a future turn. And we just pass through. I am concerned that there's going to be, like, fight rigging or something here. It can't be Embercleave, but, like, yeah, Parhelion. All right, so this is just Greasefang and we're dead. Yeah, good game. Was close. I guess we get to untap and Supreme Verdict this board, but we're going to take 5. Yeah, all right, this is going to suck, but maybe we're okay. Yeah, so if I had known what we were up against here, I probably would have mulliganed a little more aggressively, but I didn't. It is funny how they just always have it, right? Like, it's amazing how Greasefang always comes down on turn 3. Parhelion is always in the bin by then. So this is 5/5 with haste, and we're taking 5, 9, 13, and exactly 20. Yeah, all right, well, fuck that. We'll just concede. Whoa, what? We didn't crew? Okay, nice. Yeah, we were dead. Yeah. Mario's saying over on the side that he's not used to Moto. He definitely should have. It was obviously his intention to crew Parhelion, but he didn't. So Parhelion's going to bounce back to hand, and we're going to rat this board and hope that that's good enough. I was going to concede. Let's just play Supreme Verdict. I think I can just hold W and that'll work. No? His opponent's on 3 cards in hand. Yeah, sure. Let's just shock into Fairy and hold up Veto. And plus. And go to our end step, Fairy Trigger. And let's untap 2 Hollowed Fountains. And we have Dovin's Veto available, which the opponent doesn't know about. They did see it earlier. There's green. So this is like fight rigging plus Greasefang kind of thing. Interesting combination. Hopefully it's fight rigging. Chariot. No. How about no? And now we're in, like, outstanding shape. Yeah. Okay, cool. So opponent concedes. We were dead on turn 3. Yeah, we were dead on turn 3. But I will take it because I think losing on turn 3 to Greasefang is bullshit. So in come the Rips, in come the Pithing Needles, and out come 2 Vetoes, and out come 3 Deluge. I said out come 3 Deluge. We can submit. Yeah, I think Greasefang is just an obnoxious deck. When WotC was banning Winota earlier today, they were saying that Winota was basically just a removal check card, and it sucked to be playing against something where they played it, and if you had removal, you were fine, and if you didn't, you lost. And that's just Greasefang. Like, you play it on 3, and you have removal, or you don't. Alright. Reveal Yorion. And this hand is unkeepable. Not keeping a 1-lander here. This sucks, but is a keep. And I think the plan here is just to put back the portable hole, because it doesn't hit all that much. Yeah. Okay. I hate mulliganing against the Thoughtseize deck. Like, we are certainly getting turn 1 Thoughtseized. Oh no. Temple Garden tapped. Argo. We drew Narset. I guess we could bluff like a Spell Pierce or something here, but we're not going to. Grizzly Salvage. Reveal top 5. Put a creature or land card from among them into your hand and put the rest into your battlefield. Okay, so that's like pretty good. Let's see, what did he hit? We're going to need to know his graveyard pretty much all times. What did he reveal? He revealed Astrophy, Courtyard, Boseiju, Parhelion, and Greasefang. Must be nice. So next turn, we know Greasefang is coming. We kind of need just a white source off the top here. Untapped white source off the top. That is not an untapped white source off the top. Also doesn't even represent veto. So I guess he's going to have it again. What's in his... Greasefang stayed in the graveyard, which is interesting. It means he kept the Boseiju, which means he has a Greasefang in hand as well. And we have no interaction for it. He doesn't know that, but he can make a pretty good guess. And I think he also has my deck list as well, so he could just look at my deck list and know that there's nothing... I suppose I could have Jwari Disruption. Jwari Disruption would hit Greasefang here. Yeah, that's a Greasefang. Let's see, does he get it right this time? Uh-huh. Alright, let's see what we can find. Yeah, I mean, I want both of those, I guess, but we're going to get hit for 13 here. Parhelion's going to go back to hand. March will be able to kill one of those things. Ugh. I think the castle doesn't even come in untapped. Alright, I guess this has to go to the bottom. This will go to the top. We'll draw, and we'll just trust in the heart of the cards. Because I don't think there's any way back without Supreme Verdict. But the truth is, like, this is just the second fucking game that he's just had Greasefang on 3. And we had no way of interacting with it. Uh-huh. And we drew a land. We could shock it in, hit one of the 4/4s. That's not good enough. Yeah, we're just dead. Yeah, stupid fucking deck. Okay. Now that I've seen that, I think I'm more interested in trimming the portable holes than I am in the vetoes, because I didn't know Grizzly Salvage was coming. And I think we're just supposed to... What did I do? Oh, give me the other veto, yeah. I think we're probably just supposed to mulligan pretty aggressively to find a hate piece, which sucks because he has Thoughtseize. And mulliganing against the Thoughtseize deck sucks. We will play first. Get in here, Yorian. That's a hate piece, but only one land. We can't keep this, unfortunately. That's not a hate piece, but it is 2 lands and a 6-card hand. We'll keep. And I guess we're putting back Teferi, probably. No, we're going to hold up 3 mana for Absorb anyway, right? If we get that far. No, Narset might hit like Rest in Peace. Alright. Yeah. Hallowed Fountain. Tapped. Go. He can't... I mean, and he kept, right? He kept a hand of 7 cards, so he probably just has it again. Or we're getting Thoughtseize. Yeah, sure, whatever. You got it. Uh-huh. We drew another Absorb. Uh-huh. Fuck. Yeah, well, they don't have it in the bin yet, so I think we just have to cast the Omen of the Sea here and try to find our land drop. Yeah. So Hallowed Fountain goes to... Kinda just want both of these. Yeah, Hallowed Fountain goes to the top. Hall of the Store Giants goes to the top. We draw. Hall comes in tapped, and we say go. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's pretty good too. So we drew Hallowed Fountain, now they have Reggie in hand. Okay. Yep, just play this tapped, I guess. Reggie's going to be able to put a Parhelion in the bin, which is pretty cool. Discards a land. Okay. We've been Thoughtseized into Oblivion here, so he knows that we have at least one of these Absorbs in hand. I kind of half think I'm down to crack this Omen of the Sea just to find interaction for this Regisaur. Depends on what they play, of course. Yeah, I'm just going to crack this now. I think I want both. The Beach is going to go on top. The Shark Typhoon is going to go on top. And they showed us they didn't have Greasefang. They probably don't have much in the way of removal either. Can we take the Absorb Shields down even for a turn? We're going to take another 7 here if we don't, but then we'll have a Shark Typhoon that will cycle into a land, and maybe we'll be able to cast Farewell as well. Yeah, tough call. I feel like his hand is pretty bad. But these Absorbs are going to get worse the closer his hand gets to empty. So I think I am just supposed to bite the bullet and say go. Okay. So discard a card. Grim Flare. So I guess we take 7 here. If he says go, okay, fine. We can cycle this for, I guess, x equals 2. Always yield. Okay, we'll untap. Find Omen and Absorb, which I guess is not the worst. We will pass until response. Don't kill my shark. Oh, that's fine. Okay, Reggie makes him discard again. You have to feel like Greasefang is coming now. But he does know that we have these absorbs. I don't know how attentive he's being. There is no Parhelion in the graveyard, which is helpful. Reggie's getting in. This is where I have to be careful. We're going to block. And I think here I'm actually going to cast Omen to see if I have a kill spell for it. Yeah, while having Absorb still back up. I certainly want the Wandering Emperor. Do I want both? We're going to need an answer to this Rotting Regisaur next turn. Because he's just going to be able to attack again. I think I need the Shark Typhoon. The question is, do I also want the Wandering Emperor? Actually, I can just Wandering Emperor on their upkeep, right? After they discard the card. No, because it'll untap. But I guess I can do it to kill. Yeah. Okay. So let's just keep the Wandering Emperor. And bottom the Shark. And now if he plays the Greasefang or something, we can absorb it. We drew untap land. That's great. We can just cast Farewell, but he hasn't really made a whole lot of progress there yet. I think I want to make him discard one more card with the Regisaur. So I think we're just saying go. Yeah, I keep missing my priority. I wish there was like an audio notification. Combat. Reggie gets in. We're going to cast the Emperor. And this is where he has a window. If we get to untap without him doing anything from this spot, I think we're in pretty great shape. Okay. Wanderer touches the board. Oh, that's really good, actually. We love this. Yeah, sure, that resolves. And let's fetch, I suppose, another blue. And this turns on our absorb. Somehow I have a significant clock advantage. No. Oops. We draw Pithing Needle. Interesting. I'm just going to grab Yorion. Hold up Absorb. We'll play Pithing Needle. And we're going to name Parhelion. gonna say go. He has Delirium, so he gets to search for a creature, that's fine. Yeah, I'm going to be interested looking back at this video later to see if you guys can actually read these cards or not. Because I barely can. I'm not sure you'll be able to. He could fetch Boseiju. No, he can't. No, he could. He could search for Boseiju to kill the Pithing Needle. Because it's not a basic land type if he has Delirium. And then Boseiju killing Pithing Needle would be uncounterable for me, but I also don't think I mind super much. Yeah, if he Boseijus the Pithing Needle, actually, that gives me the land I need to next turn cast Yorion and hold up Absorb. So I think I actively want that. Fetches Reggie. Okay. If he plays the Reggie, do I counter it? I think the answer is no. Greasefang. How do I feel about Greasefang? What's that getting back? With no ability to put Parhelion in the bin? I think we do absorb this. And that lets us Yorion onto an empty board. Hopefully we can find like a counter spell with Omen of the Sea. And then we'll have Farewell to clean up the board on the next turn. But we found Rest in Peace. Alright, good luck, bud. Yeah, Yorion is gonna come down. We're gonna target Omen of the Sea. Oops. This is gonna resolve. Target Omen. Cast Rest in Peace. Okay, go to end step. We are tapped out, but we have a Yorion in play, and he can't use his graveyard. So I'm feeling pretty okay. And these are both bottoms. And we found another one. I think that was 3 Henchgate Pathways in a row, literally. There's Reggie. That resolves. And I think on my upkeep, I actually do want to crack this Omen. Do I? Or do I want to... Do I want to just cast Farewell? He's on literal nothing. We can also just hold up Hall activation and block the Reggie. Yeah, that's really good. So we'll just remove the stop. That was 4 Henchgate Pathways in a row. Alrighty then. Yeah, we can also just crack the... use the castle to chump. Okay. I think I'm actually going to attack. We'll just say go. And he'll have a hard time getting through this, I suspect. So one random card off the top has to be able to kill a blocker, and then we even in that case we still go to 7. He's getting in. All right. Go to blocks. Block. Trade. Nice. Greasefang, sure. And now I think I want my upkeep stop. let's bottom that. I'll take Narset. Play this on blue. Narset minus. But what we found, absorb, verdict, verdict. I will take an absorb. And I think we're actually winning this race. Protecting Narset, I think, is more important. So I think we'll just say go. Man, these games are slogs. And you always have to be really worried about his top decks. But I think we might have him in the lock. I think we might be the last match playing as well. No, there's still one more left. Nice. Sweet. Okay, cool. So definitely the beneficiary of a misplay from our opponent in game one, but we take those 1-0. On to the next one. All right, on the play against Jaffer, who I know is playing a fight rigging deck, like a green big creature fight rigging deck. That does seem like an area where Farewell is like uniquely good. Otawara, not bad either. We're going to keep. We actually don't have a basic land, so we're going to lead on this Glacial Fortress. I'm pleasantly surprised at my time management so far. He says as he takes a million years to make his first turn. But we were actually ahead on the clock in that last match, which is not a situation I am used to being in. Yep. I don't know why I have a stop on my upkeep. We'll say go. I think I would rather cycle this shark for x equals 1. I don't think I want to do it, except in the case of an extreme emergency. So I think we do I do it anyway? Like what could I draw where I would wish I would Shark Typhoon the previous turn? Like exclusively Narset, and then even then I might not play it. All right, maybe we do just need to dig for Supreme Verdict, but even then I think I want to have a shark for x equals 1 in play first. Fight rigging, yeah. All right. So I think I do want the shark for 1, knowing that one of these things is going to grow. I do want to be able to block it. So we're just going to auto pass until end of turn. There's another tap land. Like somehow we still haven't found a basic land yet. Okay. Let's play this on white. And we're going to say go. And he has a terrifying amount of mana. Yeah, bring it on, I guess. Hopefully we can just find Supreme Verdict off the top with this Shark Typhoon. Is that too much to ask? We found a Wandering Emperor. That ain't bad either. So we're just going to block as much damage as possible. Was that right? Or are we going to block the Llanowar Elves? I think I just want to stay alive. Untap. Find Absorb. That's not terrible. It's not going to be able to get Yorvo up to 7 toughness yet. And if he attacks with it, then we can absorb it. So let's play this on blue and say go. And we'll have to make a choice. Do we cast the Wandering Emperor or do we absorb? I think anything that keeps us... We'll have to... Oh boy. Anything that keeps us alive is worth doing here, obviously. If we get to turn 6 and can play Farewell, then we're in great shape. I am just deeply scared. Because this represents 1, 3, 6, 7 mana. Yeah. And I think we probably want to be Wandering Emperoring. No, unfortunately, that needs to be countered, right? Because Farewell, that's the one thing Farewell doesn't hit. So we're going to take 6, 10. All right. We're going to go up to 22 here. The problem is that Fight Rigging is almost certainly going to trigger next turn. I guess we can Otawara. Yeah, we can bounce Yorvo in response. Like, trigger on the stack before the Fight Rigging resolves. Or we can just cast Wandering Emperor main phase. I guess that's not the worst. Let's see what we draw. We draw Narset. That's not much help. If we Wandering Emperor main phase, then the Wandering Emperor will die, obviously. But it does save a bunch of life, and then we have Farewell, so hopefully he uses the rest of this mana to, like, tap out on the board, and then we can exile everything. I think that's the play. So let's just do that. Let's say go. So the Wandering Emperor will die, but we do have Narset to refuel. On our rails, you got it. We're just going to auto-pass, because I need to learn to do that. Trigger. Take 5. No, we probably not take 5. Take 4. The elves, I assume, attacks the Emperor, and this goes face. No, everything goes face. Okay. What? Huh. I thought that everything was going face there. All right. Whatever. Hengegate pathway on white. Farewell. Exile creatures and enchantments. And I guess graveyards. And I guess artifacts in case he has some way to generate a treasure off of this. Yeah, just everything. Do it. And your go. Back later, sure. We find Omen of the Sea, which is interesting. I think we lead with Narset and have Otawara back up. We find Teferi, Wandering Emperor. Wow. That's all pretty good. I think it's just Teferi, honestly. Nah, let's not play with our food. Let's take Emperor. Yeah, we'll just play Ottawara. I don't want to take damage here. And hopefully he doesn't run like Snakeskin Veil. He did send me his deck list. I guess I should take a look at it. No, it doesn't look like there's any protection spells. I guess fight rigging was a reason to not take the Wandering Emperor and instead take the Portable Hole. Because now he doesn't have to attack with the pack leader. I guess he can activate the pack leader. No, he can't activate it here. Okay, well, we're just going to cast the Emperor and hope we can draw an answer to the pack leader. Untap. Draw. Glacial Fortress, sure. Narset minus. Supreme Verdict. Glacial Fortress comes in tapped. That's awesome. Yeah. We'll say go. Flash in the Omen on end step. Maybe even buy and cast Yorion on the same turn. Next turn. Nice. Okay, sideboarding. So this is like an unconventional deck. I don't think there's anything in the sideboard guide for this. So we're kind of on our own with respect to that. But that doesn't seem so bad. Sunset Revelry seems pretty good. Portable Hole seems pretty good. I don't know that I want any of these conditional counterspells. Yeah, Narset's Reversal seems really bad. Veto hits like exclusively fight rigging. Let's see, what does he have in the sideboard? He has Ulamog, Tarask, Ceratops, Rexage, Outland Liberator. Yeah, I don't know these cards well enough, so I can't be completely sure, but there are some anti-blue cards in that sideboard, to be sure. I don't think I want Pithing Needle. So yeah, I think we really do just want the 2 Sunset Revelries, and that's it. So the question becomes, what don't we want? And I think the answer is probably just 2 Dovin's Vetoes. Just this? That seems reasonable. Let's do that. Find an okay opening hand. We have not found an island this entire match so far, but that's fine. This hand does seem very, very good. If it were on the draw, I'd be thrilled. If it were on the play, I'd be thrilled. On the draw, I think it's a little bit worse. Like, he could get under us with Llanowar Elves or something. Because we don't have actually untapped white on 1. Jaffer did mull. Bolts in, turn Timber, plays Llanowar Elves. Sure. We draw Supreme Verdict. That seems great. Glacial Fortress. Go. Castle Garenbrig tapped. Love it. Another Llanowar Elves. Swing for 1. You got it. Found a Hollowed Fountain. Too little, too late. We're probably just supposed to Sunset Revelry here, right? Right. Actually, we have more life than him. If we hold on the Sunset Revelry, we'll actually gain life next turn, whereas otherwise we won't. But I don't know what else to do with my turn, so I think that's just kind of got to be it. And this will just buy us some time until we can find Supreme Verdict. He mulliganed to 6. His hand is obviously extremely awkward. I'm just hoping he can't Ulamog me before we can Supreme Verdict. Pack leader, yeah. Elvish Mystic, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 mana. He's still got a ways to go before he can cast Ulamog. There's no way he attacks here. Yeah, that would be insane. Yeah, we're just gonna hold up. We're just gonna hold up Absorb. Say go. But I promise we're casting Supreme Verdict next turn. Absorb, yeah. Go to 22. Pack leader attacks. Blockers. Jump you. Upkeep. Draw. Yeah, we're not going to play with our food. We're going to cast Supreme Verdict. We could have attacked for 1. I suppose it would have hit. I doubt he would have ever blocked. And now he has no legal plays. Okay. And we find Wandering Emperor. That's pretty good too. Find the land. Another fight rigging? Another fight rigging. Sure, that's fine. We can march that away. But we're not going to do that this turn. We're going to play the Wandering Emperor instead. I guess there's no actual reason to march, even on our main phase. Like, we can just wait and see if he has a creature. Untap. Portal Hole does not work, but that's fine. Otawara. We'll just play that as a land, because I want a bigger shark. Combat. Attack. Take 2. And you're go. He has 3 cards in hand. Probably like a Planeswalker, I'm guessing. Elvish Mystic, sure. I should have had a stop there. Okay. This should be a 1/1. Okay, well, now that just means we're gonna make a big shark instead. Untap. Find Narset. Alright. Portable Hole. Target the Mystic. Combat. I should have plussed. Yeah, I should have plussed. Come on. Take 8. Blocks. Main phase 2. Plus on the shark, I guess. Have I made my land drop return? No. We'll do that, and I don't think I'm interested in playing Narset yet. I think we're just going to hold up March for whatever he plays. Now, even Ulamog might not be good enough. It probably is still good enough, but like he can't cast it, obviously. But even if he could randomly play Ulamog off the top, I don't think that would get him there. I guess I need a stop in the main phase. Hydra, sure. Okay, target. Oh, you're fighting. Yeah, okay, then we definitely do this in response. Cast for white, blue, blue. I think we just got there. Nice. Good game. Yeah, that felt pretty good in game 2. Obviously, the opponent kept a really awkward hand, but it was pretty scary. There were like 3 mana dorks and a Castle Garenbrig and a Planeswalker, if I remember correctly. So we were definitely in tough if we didn't have exactly the right answers. But luckily in this game, we did. So, okay, we are here in the third and deciding match. We are both 2-0. It's me against MTGNerdGirl, and she is also playing blue-white control. This is the 95 card mirror. We have lost the die roll, but she is just coming off of another blue-white control match that didn't make it past game 1 against Mercurio Blue. So hopefully she's fried and we get the easy win. We have Veto, which is great in the matchup. We have Verdict, which is not. But nevertheless, I think this is going to be a keep. And I think there's a reasonable chance that we're going to want to cycle this farmland, so I will just hold on to it for now, I believe. It depends a little bit on what we draw. Nerd Girl mulligans. So she's on 6 cards in hand. Jwari Runes tapped. It's still her turn. Okay. We draw Castle Ardenvale. Okay, Castle Ardenvale, 2 tap lands. That makes me want to play the farmland tapped, so that's what we're going to do. Deserted Beach tapped, sure. We find Wandering Emperor. That is an outstanding card to have in the matchup. We're going to say go. So we have these 3 are all really good cards in the matchup. These 4 are these 2 are kind of stinky. Like Anjo comes down. We have no end step action. Okay. We find Memory Deluge, which is another great draw. I don't think there's Field of Ruin in either deck, so I think I'm relatively safe just putting out Castle Ardenvale, which we are going to do. And we're going to say go. Farmland tapped, okay. Untap. Find Deserted Beach. This is great. We're just playing the land go game. The Deluge is going to be a great one to cast. Wandering Emperor is going to be a great one to cast. She has her own Castle Ardenvale. I suspect that she has an Absorb in hand, so I would rather the Memory Deluge get absorbed than the Wanderer. Oh, that resolves. Great. I don't think I want any more lands, so I'm just going to take the 2 spells. And untap. Another Absorb, that's pretty good. We'll play our land and say go. Castle Ardenvale, sure. Did not realize I was going to discard there. Should have been aware of that. Okay, I assume we go to end step here. And we're going to cast our Wandering Emperor. It gets around Jwari Disruption, so if she wants to counter it, she needs to invest an actual spell to do it. Like a good spell. That resolves, great. So, probably no counterspell, I'm guessing. Like, I don't know how else that... I don't know how else that resolves there, but okay. Untap. Find Narset, that's outstanding too. So... Combat. Swing. Damage happens. We are in our main phase. We're gonna... How much mana do we have? We have 6, so we can do this and have Absorb available. I feel like that's fine. We will play this, but we won't fight. We want to keep Veto in reserve. That's fine. Keep Veto in reserve for her Teferi. No Wandering Emperor out of her either. That's great news. Okay, so we go to combat. I am losing my... slowly losing my sanity. I'm not paying attention to the triggers anymore. We're in the main phase. Main phase 2. What are we going to do? We're going to untap. Draw another Narset. Great. Let's start with a plus. Combat. Swing. If she taps the castle and double blocks the 2/2, then I think that's more than fine. Goes to 13. Oh, should I skip my main phase? Oh, that's not good. Okay, but I think it's still fine. I don't think I would have played Narset anyway. Definitely would have played land, though. Okay, Shark Typhoon. Shark Typhoon resolves. The Shark's going to come into play. We're going to march it in response. Okay. So we still have double counterspell back up here. We're still feeling okay, despite the fact that we skipped our main phase because I don't know what I'm doing in Moto. Narset. We're gonna absorb Narset. She has an absorb of her own. I guess we target the absorb because we want to gain 3 life, but truth be told, it's not a big deal. Okay. Need to be... I've already skipped one main phase. I need to be a little more attentive. Although there's literally no action we can take here. Alright. Narset, yeah. Minus. Find... Shark Typhoon. Sure. That's a good one. I'm going to play our land just in case I skip my main phase again. I think I... Yeah, I'm going to minus the Wandering Emperor, and I guess I'll do it now. So I mitigate the worst of it if I... if I misclick again. Swing for 5. We win. Okay, cool. So her draw seemed pretty terrible there. But we do have a sideboard guide for this. Although I think it's pretty straightforward. Outcome the portable holes. Outcomes Supreme Verdict. Wow, actually it's not at all obvious. Income, obviously all the counter magic, that much is clear. And in comes Veto. It's weird that only one Supreme Verdict came out. But I guess the assessment there is that like you need just an answer to a Wandering Emperor that's been around for a while. I still think 3 is too many. So do I bring in a Pithing Needle instead? I think 3 Supreme Verdicts is still too many. I'm going to bring in a Pithing Needle. Because I want to be able to like have an answer to a Planeswalker. This also answers like Shark Typhoons as well. I'm going to try this. Reveal Yorion. And find a reasonably good opening hand. Supreme Verdict is bad. This would have also been a Supreme Verdict if I'd left it in. We're going to keep. Nurgle mulligans again. Interesting. Glacial Fortress tapped. Sure. We draw Teferi. So we don't want to be naming Teferi. That much is clear. We're just going to play the Farmland tap and say go. And I think next turn we're going to play Pithing Needle, naming Narset. It'll feel bad if we draw Narset, of course. Let's see what we draw. Find Absorb. I don't want Narset to touch the field. Sure, let's just play... Let's play Pithing Needle. And I'm going to name Narset. So that she can't... If that is what she has, then... she won't be able to use it. And I'm going to play my Hallowed Fountain tapped. And we're going to say go. It should have been Castle Ardenvale, frankly. Yeah, that was dumb. I definitely should have named Castle there. We find Shark Typhoon. Okay. And we'll say go. Holding up Absorb. We have 2 Shark Typhoons ready to go on her end step. End step. Sure. Cycle Shark for X equals 1. Sounds good to me. Although I do feel like Narset is, or a Wandering Emperor is coming. Maybe I just pump the brakes and go slow. I do have another land after all. If she plays the Wandering Emperor and minuses it, then I'm still going to get to attack it to death. Yeah, sure. Wow, we untap. That's wild. Okay. Alright. Swing for 1. I worry that she has Teferi here. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I should have probably been concerned about that. Okay. And we're gonna play Hall and say go. I am worried about Teferi, obviously. Now she's saying go again. All right. This time we'll cast Omen. Resolves. Find Dispute Castle. Pretty sure I want this, though. So we'll just draw that. So she's got 4 mana open. I think we're just playing our island and saying go. I don't want to slam Teferi into a counterspell, and then she gets to resolve her own Teferi, so I think we're just going to wait. And if she doesn't do anything like she hasn't been doing the last few turns, then on her end step we'll be able to cycle in a... she's been missing missing land drops. All right, you got it. That's fine. We're down on the clock. I do need to move a little quicker. Okay, we're going to take another 2 here. That's fine with me. And on her end step, we're going to cycle in a Big Shark. And if she flashes in a Wandering Emperor, then that's our window to resolve Teferi. On tap. And I'm just going to play Teferi. See if he resolves. Okay. He doesn't, but that's kind of expected. And we're going to say go. She has her own Teferi, maybe? No, she has her own Mystical Dispute, maybe? Yeah, she does. Okay. That's bad news. Probably going to lose this one. We do have Alawara to bounce that Teferi, I guess. Teferi just minused on the Shark. That's kind of wild. Okay. I think I want to scribe both of these to the bottom. Find Veto. Okay. I hate it. If I bounce Teferi, then I'm not gonna have enough mana to veto it on the way back down. I guess this is what we're doing. I should have bought Yorion. Yeah, I definitely should have bought Yorion. Narset. Aggravating. I think we have to absorb Narset. Yeah, her draw I think has been a little better than ours, but she did have to mulligan on her opening hand as well. So Yep, untap. I'm gonna set a stop on her upkeep. How much is Otawara gonna be? Castle Ardenvale is fine. In your upkeep. Bounce to Fairy. I assume Teferi comes back down. Little veto. Alright. And hopefully we can just draw well from here. Finds another veto, okay. Gotta take Yori into hand. We can verdict. That doesn't seem great. Just say go. I suspect she has another veto in hand. Just given the way that turn played out. Go. No blocks. At some point that hall is going to be a lethal threat and we're going to need to do something about it, but not yet. Untap. Another absorb. Okay. If we cast Yorion, we'll have 2 mana left over, which is enough for a veto. I'm guessing her hand is like all counter spells. Ugh. But if we do this, then she activates the hall. And if she activates the hall, I think we're okay. We're just going to say go. I don't want to cast the Yorion into an absorb. I'd rather she use her mana. Take another one. This hurts. Draw another veto. Just say go, I guess. Yep. Go to 8. This is definitely getting scary. She'll probably just say go again. Yeah. I think I just want to bottom both of these. Finds an island. Alright, time for Yorion. And here I think we just need to check if she has it. And if she does, then she does. But we can't just allow this to continue. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we fell behind in that early turn where we tried our Teferi, couldn't get him to resolve, and then she was able to resolve hers, and we never really came back from that. But I am going to try to get some clock damage in. We were dead on board. She could have just activated the hall. Okay. This could be relevant, just like running down the clock. So I'm sorry for those of you who are watching this. Feel free to watch at 2x speed, but I'm not giving up the equity for this. Go to 4. Now we'll just hold up hall, I guess. Make her pay the ward. Oh shit. I didn't actually cast the veto. That's lame. Oops. Whatever. It didn't actually matter. We were completely losing this game anyway. In fact, I'm not even going to cast the Narset. I'm just going to make her go. Cool. Okay. So Pithing Needle I think would have been great. I just misnamed it, and then so those were the two mistakes, right? The bad name on the Pithing Needle and jamming my Teferi where it didn't belong. So I think this is still a fine plan. I think we're gonna keep it like this. This looks pretty good to me. Keep this. So Narset's Reversal, not great yet. We're going to have to set it up for a good turn, but it does help win Counter Wars. We draw our own Teferi, play our land, say go. She's low on blue. Let's just get to the end step. End step indeed. Memory Deluge. I will take these two. Thank you. Not going to jam Teferi into a counterspell. Omen is fine. Do I cast the Wanderer here? I think the answer is no. Because I don't want her to feel emboldened to cast a Teferi. Should have played the Castle of Antris last turn. I assume this does not resolve, but we'll try. It does. Interesting. Okay. It's our own Wandering Emperor, sure. So this is, like, clearly another Mystical Dispute. I assume this chumps, but if it, or it trades, but if it does, then we're fine with that. We're just going to make another. Minus. We can Teferi with Dispute backup. That seems really good. Yeah, let's do that. That resolved really quick. Okay, end step. Okay, so now we have Dispute and Narset's Reversal. I think that's... Yeah, we're going to counter that. Because it neuters our Teferi. We don't want to allow that. Portable, sure. Yep, that's fine. Nothing we can do about it anyway. Okay. Plus. Oh, okay. Narset. Narset minus. Find Shark Typhoon. That's pretty good. We're gonna have 6 mana. We gotta move. Oh, I should actually just, plus Wandering Emperor on nothing. Yep. Oh, yeah, sure. So I'm just gonna, I think, like, the worst punish is if she slams her own Teferi, and she has to tap out to do it, and, like, minus on our own Teferi. If she does that, I think we're still in pretty good shape. Okay. Okay. We're gonna eat that samurai. Man, this is tense. Land. Plus. There's it minus. We found a Ganjo. Take a veto. Play a Ganjo. Nice. Good game. Whew. Blue-white control mirror on Moto for the takedown. Definitely mind-bending. Like, it's amazing how much a work Arena does for you. That you have to, like, keep very close track of on Moto.